Deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back like Wheezy. Card 3, sensation. Wait, then pause the beat. Eyes don't lie, truth still hard to see. They're begging me to show them, they're saying that I owe them, but I'll never give it up. Not for you, not for no one. Foreign ride, touring, soaring, open road, exploring.
Welcome to another episode of Bloodline Bets. It's your host, Ejay. I got my boy J-Maal with me. I got my boy Jermaine. Welcome to another episode. This is the one. What, Maul? Start us off with how you've been feeling with the news that just dropped earlier about Kirk Cousins and your Falcons.
What the hell are we doing? Matt Ryan gets in it. I think we're going to be stable. We think we're just going to, take Cousins because he played pretty good at the end of the year and try to ride this out. But no, Matt Ryan screws it up like he did the Super Bowl. And now look at him. We have a quarterback with a broken knee. We got no draft picks for the first round. Who the hell are we going to draft? Just continue the pod.
That is a heck of a move. Like, actually, I'm not surprised in terms of the money, but in terms of where your roster's at, the injury status of Penix, like no first round pick. I don't know what they're trying to do. Unless they're going to try to sign like a Kyler Murray or somebody like that. Are they going to be in play for him? Who knows?
I don't know, man.
All right. Well, first thing we want to talk about on the pod today is the NFL honors. We just had that award ceremony go down. They broke down all the winners. A lot of them were predictable. There was a few that weren't necessarily predictable. What do you guys think of the MVP going to Matt Stafford there?
I love it. I think he's been waiting a long time for the success that he's had since he went to LA. It's hurt to watch, but I knew this guy is so talented. We watched him struggle for years in Detroit with a poor offensive line, a lack of a running game. Yeah, you had Megatron. Yeah, you had, we had some decent talent for him to throw it to, but like you put him in the right situation and he's flourishing. He's a deserved MVP. For him to get MVP after 17 years or something like that, That's crazy. Like, never too late, I guess. And then for him to announce he's coming back next year, as a Lions fan, I'm excited to watch us win the Super Bowl next year. But I'm happy he'll be playing wherever the hell. I won't be watching, but go.
Yeah, no, that was a good little speech that he did. He had his kids on stage. That was a nice little moment for him. I think I heard something that he's the oldest first-time MVP winner. Like, I think other MVP winners have won it, but it wasn't their first time. So that's pretty dope for him. It shows that, you guys were holding him back all these years in Detroit.
Jesus. Yeah. Okay.
I thought it could go to May, but his division was his division wasn't the greatest, so he had some weak competitions going up. I think the Rams had a little bit of better competition in their division. So I'm not mad at it. This year wasn't nobody had gaudy stats. So we could have went to anybody. Sure, Stafford, go ahead, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I think they got it right with that one. Even if it went to May, I was cool with that. I saw some votes for like Josh Allen, some first place votes for Justin Herbert. Those were kind of strange. I think those guys were trying to get their favorite guys a vote or something because I didn't think either of them had a full body of work this year that was better than May or Stafford. But whatever. As long as it went to one of those two, it's all good.
Did you guys hear the rumor that the deciding vote was Dan Orlovsky's vote?
That's what we're trying to say.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's hilarious. Like, Dan Orlovsky and Stafford are close personal friends. Orlovsky learned how to run terrible plays and be a horrible quarterback, but the world's smartest analyst ever somehow. I don't believe a word he says. He sounds so confident. Come on, we all watched him run out the back of the end zone against the Vikings, but for that to be the deciding vote, that's pretty incredible.
That's shocking. I didn't even know he had a vote until they said he had the deciding vote, so I'm like,
I might have a vote. I gotta look into it. I think they just look him up to anyone with a bad arm.
You might want to look into it. The other award winners I want to go over is Offensive Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year. I think those ones were pretty obvious. Do you guys have any quarrels, anything to say about it? Myles Garrett obviously got Defensive Player of the Year. He set a record, and then JSN was Offensive Player of the Year. He was on pace for a while to chase down your boy Megatron there, Jermaine, in Detroit, that 2,000-yard season, but he kind of tailed off the last 5 weeks. But other than that, I think he was unquestionably the best offensive player. What do you guys think?
I don't disagree with either one of them. Garrett's pretty obvious in my opinion. I think he probably should win it every year. He's the most dominant defensive lineman in the league. He's the most dominant defensive player in the league right now. He's a one-man wrecking crew. JSN, Hell of a season, hell of a start. The record was never in threat, my friend. Not for a second. To go where the Megatron is gone, you got to be a superhero or some sort of enemy of the Decepticons. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what are we doing there?
Garrett was pretty easy. I think that was a slam dunk. If McCaffrey did go 1,000, I know he was about 76 yards short. I think he might have won it because of all the injuries and they still made the playoffs and yada yada yada. But I can't argue over JSN. I can't argue over that.
Rookie of the years, we got offensive rookie of the year. They got that boy out of Carolina. I don't say his name the best, but I'm gonna try. It's Tetaroa McMillan. I think that was kind of a consensus. The only other player I thought that could have got it was Jackson Dart. What about y'all? Do you think they got that one right, or was there any rookies that you think were more deserving?
Trayvon Henderson came on late. Amari Hampton and in the Chargers, he started coming on late. For like durability and being like on the field, even the receiver from the Bucks, he started out on fire, but then he wasn't available. Yeah, so the kid in Carolina played. I can't say his name either. I see he's in trouble in the media right now for a little something he said, but
Yep.
and then I'll keep it a buck. Defensively, I don't know who that guy is. Congratulations to him. You know what I mean? He didn't play the Lions or play for the Lions. Actually, he played for the Browns.
Hilarious about that. When I did the rundown and I put Corey Schlesinger, I think is how you say his name, the linebacker for the Browns. Yeah. I was like, I know Maine's gonna come on this pod and say I have no idea who that man is.
No clue who that is, bro. I know who Corey Schlesinger is. That's a hell of a fullback right there.
I don't have. I think they got it right with the wide receiver. Defensively, I don't think anybody had like a crazy year.
Dominant. What about your boys in Atlanta? You have two pretty good.
They played up and down all year. If Watts would have kept on playing like he did at the start of the year, he might have got it. But I honestly don't care about the defensive player. Nobody had a dominant season.
Yeah, I think that was one that whoever they picked, there wasn't going to be too much pushback from that one. It is what it is. All right, for the old guys like us, this is kind of a cool ceremony. We're so old that some of these players that we're about to talk about, we saw them like college, NFL, and now retired. So for all you young cats out there, yeah, this is our football life. One of the guys that's going into the Hall of Fame, he got selected as a first ballot, I believe, Hall of Famer is Drew Brees here. He's going right in, first time. What do you guys think of Drew Brees, his time in New Orleans? If you go back to the beginning of his career, I remember he was drafted by the San Diego Chargers. There's that little blimp there where they were debating if they were going to move forward with him or not, and they actually jumped ship on him. Do you guys remember he had that shoulder problem? So they bailed on him. Miami was supposed to pick him up. I think he failed a physical or something. Miami jumped ship on him. He ends up going to New Orleans with Sean Payton, and the rest is history. And now he's a Hall of Famer. So yeah, what you guys think about that?
Drew Brees statistically, when people look back at it, they're gonna be like, this guy was a phenomenal quarterback. For those of us who watched us, he was a very good quarterback. He was top 10 in his era. He unfortunately behind Peyton Manning's, your Tom Brady's. To me, he's always going to be like a little tier below those guys. He managed to win a Super Bowl. They had the best defense in the league, if I believe that year, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Drew Brees for me, like, congrats. Statistically, he's in. For the kids looking back, the Chargers did not make a mistake. Phillip Rivers was the better quarterback, and it is what it is.
We're going to give a shout out to Roger Craig. He's the CMC. He's the Marshall Faulk before they existed. He's the 1,000 receiver, 1,000 running back. Yep. Don't understand why it took him so long because he has that resume coupled with.
And he's got rings.
3 Super Bowls. Yeah, he has like 3 rings.
3 rings. Yeah, man.
Somebody with that type of resume, you'd think, would be a first ballot, but shout out to him for getting in. Larry Fitzgerald, I think he was phenomenal too. He was one of the best receivers of our era, considering the quarterbacks he played with and stuff like that. So glad he got in. I think he's a first class kind of player, first class human being. Nothing but good things.
He played with Kurt Warner.
Hey,
you dissed his quarterbacks. He played with Kurt Warner, for Christ's sake.
He played with Kurt, but his career was what, like 16 years? Kurt was only there for like 4 or 5 of those.
That's all I paid attention to. Let's go.
He had to do with some Matt Leinart times and different things like that. He did have a little bit of Carson Palmer too, if you guys remember the resurrection of Carson Palmer.
Yeah. Everybody throws for tons of yards these days, man. It's the new NFL.
That's true. Who else got in? Luke Kuechly. Shout out to Luke Kuechly. He was one of the best linebackers of his era.
Everybody. He was tackling everybody, man. He was tackling criminals in the goddamn parking lot. He was that good, man. He was a
I
player.
like the other linebacker he was with. Davis, is that his name?
Yeah, Thomas Davis.
Yeah, I liked him better, but whatever.
Yeah, he was
Better.
good.
He's not better than Luke Kuechly, but he was
He
he
was
was damn
good.
good. He was damn
They
good.
were good. They were good together. They were
Great
good.
tandem. You actually want to know a nice story? This will be nice for Jamal. One of my fondest Luke Kuechly memories, is when he was somehow trying to guard Julio Jones 50 yards down the field, and Julio mossed him. Do you remember that? And he fell over, and
Yeah,
then Julio ran it in for a touchdown. But the
yeah.
fact that he could run down the field like on a go route
With
with Julio
Julio.
Jones,
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. So
yeah.
Luke Kuechly, shout out to him. He's
Shout
definitely
out to Julio.
one of them ones.
He was a player, man.
He definitely was. All right, let's jump over to actually what's going on in today's football. It's 2026. We got a Super Bowl kicking off here pretty quick. We got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Seattle is going to be 4.5-point favorites. This game doesn't have the buzz of our past Super Bowls. We don't have the Patrick Mahomes buzz or the crazy like Eagle fan base buzz, or this feels like a little bit more tame game. There's not all the rabid fan bases. I think the bandwagoning kind of cooled off. The Patriots had that big bandwagon for years. Then they went through a couple shitty seasons, and now you can feel like they don't have their old fan base right now. This is a quiet Super Bowl. I'm looking forward to it in terms of just what you're going to see on the football field, but in terms of like the spectacle around it, I don't know. In my opinion, this is one of the more quieter Super Bowls. What do you guys think?
I feel the same way. I feel like there's a lack of star quality. I think everyone's just shocked that there's no Josh Allen or there's no Pat Mahomes. There's no,
No
they
Lamar.
just expect, or even like Philly and Jalen Hurts with that obnoxious coach. They just expected something like that. So they got Vrabel's a star. They'll figure it out by the end of media week and through the game. He's going to say something good. They're trying to paint Drake May in that way. He needs a proper haircut. He looks a little too homely. You know what I mean? Get a cut. Come on, clean yourself up. Darnold, everyone's still holding out to wait and see what he's going to do. But the excitement's building. It's the Super Bowl. It's a big game. Everybody's excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree. There's no star power. I think Diggs should have brought out Cardi B a little more, but that's just me. Have her talk, shake that booty. But but it should be a good game, I guess. So I'm not jumping up and down about it, but I'm not expecting a high-powered offensive performance by either team. But we'll see what happens.
Okay. I'll jump right into my predictions here. I'll go first with this one. I think the advantages in terms of coaching are going to lie with New England. I think this is Josh McDaniels' 9th Super Bowl he's coached in. He's an underrated OC, overrated coach overall. He's completely fizzled out as a head coach. And because of those things, I think he doesn't get enough credit as just a pure OC, because he's actually been phenomenal at that on several different occasions, several different teams here. So he's been pretty good. I like what he's done with Drake. I think they're going to have the advantage there with his experience and Vrabel's experience. But roster advantage, I think, is significantly going to be wagered in Seattle's favor. They have the better all-around defense. They got the better star power on defense. They got the better wide receiver. JSN's a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL right now. He's unguardable, especially the way Kubiak is using him. I love the design of the plays, the way they move him around the formation, backfield, slot, outside, everywhere. So you can't double him. You not necessarily know exactly where he's going to be coming at you from. So I really do think this game's going to come down to the X's and O's, and whoever makes the most mistakes. I know that sounds cliche, but I do think that Seattle has a little bit more rope to play with. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to win this game, but I'm going to take New England to cover. I think 4.5 points is a little too much for me. So my score is something like 24-21, 24-20, something like that. A little bit low scoring. Seattle pulls it out, but New England covers.
I'll go. I think this will be a classic. I think this will be an X's and O's versus athleticism. New England has the X's and O's, so will the strategy win, or will Seattle's overall athleticism, offense, defense overwhelm the X's and O's, no matter what they put out there? So I think that this will be an interesting thing to see, if how much coaching really matters. I know McDaniels is a good. I know Seattle has a good coach, but he's not Vrabel or he's not McDaniels. But we'll see what happens. My final score, I got 24-17 Seattle. So I'll take Seattle and I'll take the spread.
Nice.
All right, you guys, you're leading into the guy who's probably going to get this right, and I'll tell you who's going to win the damn game. This is going to come down to one team's got a dominant defense, the other team is pretty good with a soft schedule. This one, I think the spread's sitting at 4.5. Just so you tune in, I think we're going to see an absolute molly whopping,
Oh, okay.
molly whopping. I think you're going to
Hmm.
see Seattle. The defense is going to shut them down. If the Patriots can get themselves over 13 points, I'll be shocked. You might want to bet that too. But I also could see a lot of turnovers, which could run the score up. So I'm not going to bet the under on the game. I'm taking the goddamn Seahawks to cover the 4.5. I'm betting my purse on Drake May to throw a pick. I'm betting Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown. And I'm betting Kenneth Walker over 98.5 rushing and
Whoa.
receiving.
Wow.
Lock those in, ladies and gentlemen. I hate the Seahawks, but I found the hat, so let's go.
I want to know where the hell you got that hat, man. I'm shocked. This hat came out of nowhere.
So I'll tell you real quick, when I met the love of my life, my sweet, beautiful Amy, she was a Seahawk fan. And I said, listen here, you're not going to be a Seahawk fan no more. But I let her keep the hat.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. And I'm glad we're on opposite sides. So somebody's gonna come out of this season
Someone's
of
going to
betting
win.
and picks with a win here. Either it's gonna be yourself or me. All right, for the off season, I want to just jump into a couple of the storylines. Not a whole lot shaking up, but a little bit of news going on with my Eagles. AJ Brown, we saw what he was doing all season, stirring up drama. He wasn't reading books, but this time he was just flat out yelling at the coach. Him and Sirianni got into a full-on argument in the last game there. He refused to talk to the media after the game. A lot of speculation that he's going to get traded, but the cap hit is significant. I think it's a $39 million penalty we would take if we traded him before the end of the following season. So anything short of that would be a massive hit, especially for a wide receiver. What are you guys' thoughts on him being traded? And if he is traded, do you have any teams that you think he should be traded to? And what do you like? Would you guys' team want him? Do you want a receiver like him? What do you think?
I'd take him. But it all depends on if Hertz wants him, he's going to stay. I know he'll still do his antics and whatever, but
That's
um,
receivers. Yeah.
but I wouldn't trade him unless he forces it. But it's kind of hard to force your way out in the NBA. I mean NFL. Unlike the NBA, you can force your way out. James Harden. But I'd take him. Throw him to Atlanta. We'll trade you our second round pick.
Yeah, I think the second round pick is what they're saying he'd go for.
Yeah. In my opinion, let's talk about something more important. Max Crosby is going to be a Detroit Lion next season. Book it.
You
Ooh, is that
wish.
what you think? Is that what you
That's what I
think?
think. I don't know if you're
Okay.
seeing it. It's all over the internet. St. Brown's talking about it. Aiden's talking about it.
It's all over your algorithm because you're a Detroit Lions fan, just so you know.
My algorithm is it's out there.
Because I'm not even joking. Because like I'm seeing the same stuff, but Philly, like they're all like
Yeah.
Max to Philly,
No,
Max to Philly.
Chicago's got the rumor too. The rumor's out there for sure. But
Yeah.
Brad Holmes hasn't pursued a big free agent ever. He
Okay.
lives through the draft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this year, especially the way we came up short, I think this is the year. Let's go.
Big move.
Let's make a big move. We're right there. Like even though we missed the playoffs, everyone knows we're as talented as anyone
That
in this
still
league.
sounds so fucked up to hear. Like you just
That's
said
the
the
league,
Detroit
man.
Lions missed the playoffs. Like it sounds
Can you
crazy.
believe that, bro?
It sounds.
This was my Detroit Lion playoff hat for freaking like 12 years. Like the fact that we even expect, like we're disappointed with 9
Wow.
wins. Bro, I used to be when Caldwell went 9-7, guy, you couldn't tell me shit. I was loving life.
Facts. No, I remember those days too. Now the line is so high, the bar has been set so high. Now you guys got to go to the Super Bowl or nothing else.
We're doing it. We're bounced back, juvenile, baby. Let's go. Next year,
Yeah.
D Town. We win again. G Mac Cash and the boys will put out a new Super Bowl song. You'll see. I'll ship it to you. You're gonna like it.
Okay. Okay.
It's our time.
Another player in the news that I saw recently is George Pickens. Dallas is trying to debate with them if they're going to franchise tag him, if they're going to trade him, if they're going to re-sign him. A lot of speculation here. There's nothing that's concrete. I hear CeeDee Lamb came out and speak, and he said he wants to have him back. He wants everybody to back off, stop trying to court him into their franchises. What do you guys think? I hear that his agent and the Cowboys have started talks, but we haven't really seen too much progress between the Cowboys and certain star players. So my
It's a
feeling is if something gets done, it won't be until like the last minute, just based on how the Cowboys like to do business. but something will have to be done, either a trade, either a re-signing, or a franchise.
I think it's a terrible idea. Dallas, do not do it. Cincinnati did the exact same thing. They had the quarterback paid. They had Jamar Chase paid. They got on the train and they said, "Oh, let's keep Higgins in town." That's too much money in a small portion of your offense. You got nobody blocking. If all their money's tied up in Dax Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens, it's not going to work, man. Like, don't anybody can come in and be the second guy or the third guy. You know what I mean? The Cowboys' offense is top tier. Their tight end's a stud. The running game's back. George Pickens, they made you a lot of money. Go collect somewhere, and I hope he keeps putting the work in. But if I'm Dallas, I don't touch it, man. I wouldn't touch it at all.
Yeah, I see CeeDee Lamb said he will redo his contract.
Okay.
To keep him on the team. But Cincinnati is the experiment, and it doesn't seem like it's going to go well. Their defense was atrocious because they couldn't put any money in there, and their offensive line was atrocious. Got their quarterback killed. Dak is going to get killed if they do this too. Unfortunately, Pickens is going to have to go somewhere else, Atlanta or something. But he's a great player. Attitude issues, but he's a wide receiver. You can deal with that if you're putting up the points and putting up the catches. But you can't put all that money in 2 wide receivers and a quarterback. You can't do it.
Yeah,
great players a stretch. Great players a stretch. He's a talented.
He had a great year.
Yeah, he's a talented
great
receiver.
talent.
Great
like
talent.
Pittsburgh was happy to see him go. Dallas didn't win a lot of games last year. Torrey Holt's not in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? You're telling me this guy's great? Get out of here.
That's a good point. That's a great way to put it. I actually want to know what you guys' thoughts are on whoever wins this game, what it does for their legacy in terms of the quarterbacks. So if Drake May comes out, he'd be the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, I think at 23 years old. What do you think that does for his current status and for his legacy? And then in terms of Sam Darnold's story, going from 3rd overall to shipped out bust to backing up Brock Purdy to what you're seeing now, maybe the Vikings look like the biggest losers right now in that situation. But yeah, if he wins the Super Bowl, what do you guys think of his name and his legacy moving forward?
Yeah, Drake May, I think this will. It doesn't. I don't, in my opinion, it doesn't put him with the Joe Burrows, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allen, even though he has a Super Bowl. Yeah, even though he has a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but it's the start of a building for a legacy. So he's off to a great start, and let's see what he does after that. For Sam Darnold, I think this is a vindication, personally for himself, that he believed in himself and didn't quit. And it throws mud on a terrible franchise as the Jets, a stumbling franchise like the Vikings. It puts all of them in bad light and makes Sam Darnold, we'll see a Lifetime movie about Sam Darnold sometime.
I think it's bigger for Sam Darnold, in my opinion. He's a number 3 pick. He's been kicked around the league a little bit. I think Seattle's actually got a nice foundation where he could end up being a guy. He might turn it this might not just be a Trent Dilfer redemption story. This might be an actual Hall of Fame quarterback. He's won more games than anyone the last 2 years with 2 different teams. When the hell does that ever happen? As far as Drake May goes, I wouldn't be amazed if he, if he wins the game. I don't see it happening, judging by the hat. But if he won it, I don't think he ever comes back and plays in it again. Like this, we see this a lot. This young guy who pops up. Rex Grossman played in the Super Bowl. They pop up. They look great. Joe Burrow, oh my God, he's so good. And then 10, 12 years later, they're Dan Marino. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went old school on Danny Boy. He caught a stray.
He caught a stray, but he's a Hall of Famer, so it's a stray.
But it's true, he's in the Super Bowl's rookie year, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Danny will be back. Danny ain't back.
There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Yeah. No, I feel you guys on that. I don't think it necessarily writes anything into cement for Drake May. He's going to have to do a lot more, but it shows that he's on the right trajectory, this early in his career with the offense around him. He doesn't have a plethora of receivers. He doesn't have a Jackson Smith and Jigba to throw to. So I think it does bode well for what you're going to see from him moving forward if he can pull this off. And then for Sam Darnold, I'm with Maine on this. I think he's shown that this could be a legit redemption story. And it's going to continue. It's not just a little flash. I think he can have another 5, 6, 7 years of high quality ball where he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC moving forward. So big game for both of them, and I think it's just a little note on their story, and they're going to continue rolling.
Real quick, last thing, it's not the last thing, but just on the Drake May situation, the reason I'm so skeptical is, and I expect them to lose this game comfortably. If I was doing my preseason picks next year and the roster didn't change other than Mason Crosby coming to Detroit, I would not even pick the Patriots to make the playoffs next year. With the current roster that's about to play in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't pick them to win the division next year. You know what I mean? Which is why I think throttling coming to you tomorrow, folks.
I like the explanation. It makes a lot of sense. I'm still picking the Patriots to cover just based on the fact that the coaching staff and the defense, and the fact that Sam Darnold has seen ghosts in his past, and his ghost of Christmas past might show up on Sunday, and anything's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all going to bed with a Spanish lesson at halftime. You just go right to sleep. It's over. Just do a little shimmy sham and get.
I like that.
Yeah.
And if you want to have some fun, throw a sprinkle on May over 6.5 rushing attempts.
Rushing attempts.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
What's the line on his yards? Like 31. I was thinking about taking that. 31 felt high though.
Yeah, his yards was 34 last time I saw that. 36.5 now. 36.
They'll probably struggle to run the ball to running back, so I can see him being the lead running rusher for them again. So
yeah, I guess
31's not a bad bet. It's not a bad
Seattle's
bet.
D line is really good, man.
Dominant.
What's the over on sacks? I might bet that.
Yeah, they're dominant.
There's lots of time to throw stupid money on. I'm betting on the damn national anthem.
There you go.
What color the Gatorade is?
I did the coin flip.
Gatorade's orange. I'm betting.
Well, we're going to wrap this one up. Thanks for coming out. It's another episode of Bloodline Bets, Super Bowl week. Like I said at the beginning, stay tuned. We're going to keep this stuff rolling into the off season. We got some other sports we're going to bring to you, some great bets. Maul is our basketball guru. Don't worry. He's just being subtle and being, humble right now. He's going to give us some great prop bets. Maine is our European soccer guru. He's got Chelsea and everybody else on lock. He's been following this for years. He's going to let you guys know exactly who to pick and how to roll with that. And I'm just a football guy, so I ain't gonna lie. Whatever they say, I'm just gonna relay that message and double down on it. But let's hopefully make some money and enjoy the rest of the season. Without further ado, I'm Ejay. That's Maine. That's Maul. We're Bloodline Bets. Peace out.
Deep into the eyes, read them like a book. Trapped inside a prison, gotta free them like a crook. Make off with the loot, made off for the joke. Treated like these cowards never needed what we took, and we repeat it like a hook. Caught in the deep, come back like Weezy.